Hey, this is your girl Tia Shashai, the host of Millennial High, where the trend-setting millennial comes for motivation, inspiration, and deep conversation. We have a great show for you today. I'm so excited to have Queen Pen Productions and Rum Boy Rum Productions on the show today. Queen Pen Productions' own Sagacious. She is the writer and director of her first play, which is called Nobody's Perfect. So we have Sagacious and the entire cast on. So super excited to share this with you.
Hey, it's event producer Josh Schoenwolf, and you're listening to Philadelphia's hottest inspirational talk show, Millennial High, hosted by the amazing Tia Shashai.
It's your girl Tia Shashai, the host of Millennial High, where the trend-setting millennial comes for motivation, inspiration, and deep conversation. On today's show, we have Queen Pen Productions, Sagacious here in the studio. We also have her entire, some of them, cast of Nobody's Perfect, and we're going to talk about Nobody's Perfect, the theme behind it, and why her cast loves acting, loves being in this production. So it's going to be a really fun show. And I know Nobody's Perfect has its own soundtrack, which is so dope.
It does.
And we're going to start out with a song by one of the artists on that soundtrack. And her name is Sunny Shine, and it's Thoughts Like Clouds. And then we'll be right back.
Power
watching Millennial High Live. I'm your host here, Shashai, and the very lovely Sagacious is right next to me. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. And Sagacious, like I said before, she is Queen Pen Productions.
I am.
So I can't wait to talk to her about that. So let's go. Let's just start, right?
All right, cool.
So how are you feeling today?
I'm good. I'm a little under the weather, still bouncing back from that, but I'm excited about this week and what's coming up. So.
Yeah, it's a big week for you.
It is. It definitely is.
So let's get into who is Sagacious.
Sagacious, she's a writer. She loves to write. She loves to communicate with the world, her thoughts, her experiences through her energies and creativity, whether it be spoken word or theater or otherwise. That's me in a nutshell.
All right, so let's talk about Queen Pen. Actually, no. What does your name mean? It's so beautiful.
Sagacious means of keen and farsighted wisdom. So
that sounds just like you. You described that like 5 minutes ago.
But that's literally what it means in the dictionary. So yeah.
Okay, so talk about Queen Pen Productions.
That was started because I wanted to have a platform to share my gifts of writing and a way to mentor youth who want to do the same thing, but specifically in the LGBT community, because a lot of kids don't have an outlet for that. And it's one thing to feel closeted in your life and feel like you don't have resources in your network to support you in your lifestyle. But then it's a whole nother thing if you're an artist and you have this creativity within you that you have nowhere to express it. So being able to create a space, a safe space for that and that opportunity and to mentor youth who want to do those things is where Queen Pen came from.
So I know Nobody's Perfect is your first production.
Yes.
So before Nobody's Perfect, we'll get into that. So what has Queen Pen Productions, like what has it done so far?
Because I'm working on Nobody's Perfect out of Philadelphia, but I live in Delaware.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of my work right now is centered around activities in Delaware, and I'm doing a lot of advocacy and education right now in Wilmington, in elementary schools and high schools and middle schools. And then outside of that, just building a network to create an open mic space, because Wilmington doesn't really have one. Like, I've been in Wilmington long enough to should have found one, but I haven't found one that's really comfortable. So I'm just going to create one. So that's what I'm working on, building that out.
Your open mic, this is a little bit off top. Not really, but I'm curious. So open mic, is it for all ages?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Because
it's all inclusive.
I love that.
Yeah, and that's, I think, one of the things that needed to happen in the Wilmington area again, because it's all inclusive, and it means that anybody can come as long as they have a gift or a talent or desire to share it, and can respect the mic for others who are doing the same thing.
Okay, so let's talk about Nobody's Perfect.
Okay.
So when did that idea come to you?
A while ago. I want to say, 2019? So like 3 or 4 years ago. It came to me because I've worked, my work experience has been in behavioral mental health, it's specifically with adjudicated minors and youth who have challenges, who have come through the system and don't have resources, don't have the connections, don't have the support that they feel like they should have or that they adequately need. So working in that experience, it gave me a desire to want to put out the word that this is happening. This is a regular thing. These kids are coming up without, the opportunities that regular kids may be afforded, or without the resources that a normal adult may need. So putting that with the fact that there's a domestic violence component as well. And domestic violence came about through people in my life, personal experiences who have become survivors of domestic violence. So bringing a space where it's safe to create, this happens. And it's not just something that's in one community. It affects LGBT community just as much as it does anyone else. So it doesn't matter. And that there's still a consistent population of people who have these experiences, who don't speak about these experiences, who don't feel like they can be safe in sharing their experiences, but they all come from the same space. They all come from those same experiences, and it's okay to talk about it, and it's actually healthy to do so.
So Nobody's Perfect then, excuse me, so Nobody's Perfect is kind of like just an outlet, I guess, for those, or just or a visual representation of a part of that community that kind of gets pushed to the wayside, I guess.
I just wanted a place to say that we're out here and these things happen, and it's okay to share, and it's okay to have these experiences and communicate about what the experiences look like for you.
Okay, so let's talk about Nobody's Perfect. So what is that about? talk about your characters and...
Well, I mean, nobody's perfect. Everybody goes through life, has experiences, and sometimes people are judgmental about those experiences. And then on the other half of the judgmental, there's the people who have these experiences and don't want to, be honest about them. So it becomes detrimental moving forward in relationships and experiences because you're holding yourself in this captivity from that personal experience. And there's a freedom and there's a healing that takes place. And I just wanted to make sure that it's portrayed and I make sure that my characters understand that as well. And they do. They do a really good job of that.
Okay, let's bring in the actors here. So, hi.
Hello.
I'm excited to meet. I've met some of you before, but some of you are new to me, so I'm excited to hear what you're gonna have to what you say today. So let's start with Kai. So tell us who you are, who you play, Nobody's Perfect, and why you got into acting.
My name is Kai. I play Asia in Nobody's Perfect, and Asia is I guess she's one of the central characters, and she's coming out of an abusive relationship and is also trying to navigate a new relationship with another woman. So there's a lot of change going on in her life. She's going through just a lot of turmoil. She's going through a lot of healing and trying to navigate that process. She's a bit of a firecracker, and she definitely makes some choices that maybe I wouldn't make, but I think that Asia's still a character that I'm excited to really play in a lot of ways. I think Asia represents a lot of the things that brought me to acting initially and which kept me in sort of the realm of theater and arts, which is that with Asia, I get to perform a role that, like, in some ways is very different from my own, but also, like, I have a lot of similarities with Asia in terms of identity and stuff like that. So for me, it's really empowering to play Asia as someone who personally identifies with being a survivor, with someone who, like, I personally am a queer person. So there are a lot of ways in which I'm excited to be able to bring Asia's character to the forefront in order to, like, just show people this experience, because I think that Asia holds a lot of identities that we don't really get to hear from often. And that's a lot of the reason why I'm still interested in the arts, is because I think it's really important to have that visibility and to have, visibly queer and trans and, like, people who are going through domestic violence and all of these different stories that we don't often hear. I want to be able to give them a space to live, and I want, all of these younger queer folks to have people that they can look up to and that they can see themselves in the art that they're consuming.
Nice. And Kiera?
Hi, I'm Kiera. I play Crystal. She is the cousin of Asia, and I would say she's really protective of her cousin. She's slightly hot-headed, jumps to conclusions. Sometimes I can kind of identify with that part. But she's really loving and caring. You know what? She sounds like a Cancer, like me. Loving, caring, protective. And for me, I'm just happy to be part of the cast.
Nice. So tell us about your experience with the audition. Did you? Yeah.
That's a funny story. Actually, honestly, I thought I didn't do too well on the audition. So when I got the call, I thought I was re-auditioning again. And they're like, no, you're a part of the cast. And on the inside, I'm like, yay! So that was my experience with the auditioning.
And Raquel?
Hi.
Hey, Raquel.
Hi.
Hey, girl. Hey.
I'm Raquel Sasha, and I'm playing Danny in Nobody's Perfect. And this will be my second time playing a stud lesbian, I guess you can consider. But Danny's actually a much better person than me or the last person I played. Danny's she's like a sweet person. She's a forgiving person. She tries to see where other people are coming from. So she is an amazing person. And very forgiving in ways that I just couldn't forgive. I have to sometimes, make myself understand where Danny is coming from. And my experience in acting started as a child, but I gradually would say it more so got exciting in 2015 when I started stage plays. And I've been doing it since then, and I love it because I can just utilize all these personalities in my head. So it's great.
I love that. And Luis.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. My name is Louis. I play two characters in Nobody's Perfect. I play James, which is the prisoner that right here he runs into. And unfortunately, something happens in the play, so make sure you come on and check it out and see what happens. Well, when I run into my altercation with him as James, I feel as though this is my kingdom, this is my domain, and you're coming up in my domain and don't want to speak to me, don't want to address me. So I want to address him in the situation, and then one thing leads to another, and something happens. I also play Carlos, which is the detective, which is her partner as well, Crystal's partner. And with Carlos, he's more of, I'm here for you. Whatever you need, I'm here for you. He's a rider. At whatever time she calls him, he's gonna do whatever she asks of him without a doubt, without a thought about it. And I just see Carlos as a loyal character, someone who's there for her, but also is gonna be very protective as well.
So tell us about your experience in acting. So when did you get started?
Ever since I was a little boy and I used to watch TV, I used to be like, Mom, I want to be in that box. I want to be in the TV. And eventually in high school, I tried out to be a drama major, and I got into the program. And I thought I blew the audition, but I made it in. And after that, I got into college, studying theater, acting for TV and film and directing. And I graduated from college, and then I got into a program for Shakespeare, and I grew a love for Shakespeare. So through my many experiences, I've developed a love for it, and seeing how it helps people with their personal lives and how you inspire other people, and just the opportunity for you to become a whole different person than yourself and live a whole different life is something that I enjoy a lot to do.
Oh, I love that. And Neil, last but not least.
I'm Nel Delamonte, and I play Damian Michaels. I am Asia's boyfriend in the play, and he's not a good guy. To society standards, he's very malicious, very angry, very insecure. He's haunted by his past, and he also suffers from a personality disorder that he developed since he was a child. You know, he suffered a lot of mental abuse from his father and stuff, you know, as far as always pushing him to be perfect, introducing him to the business world and stuff like that. But as time went on, the pressures of life he just couldn't deal with, and for some reason his brain just happened to create this other entity, his alter ego named Dante. And I feel Dante is his mask, or I wouldn't say mask, maybe like his like person who instigates. You know what I mean? Like everything that that he feels like, it's like what Damien can't do for himself, Dante does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Damien is already coming from a negative place, so Dante enhances that. You know what I mean? Like he takes it to a whole nother level that Damien can't do on his own.
He's like that devil on his shoulder,
Pretty
whispering in
much.
his ear, kind of.
Yeah. And as the years went by, he just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And Asia never noticed it because he was, you know, people who have things like that, they're pretty good at hiding it, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah.
When did you start acting?
Well, I've loved acting before I even knew what acting even was. When I was a little boy, my father we used to go out to the video store and rent movies, and he would take 2 VCRs and would get a blank VHS tape, and then he would just record all these movies and stuff. Like, yeah, like, you know, and he had a whole collection of them. And he had a cupboard, and it was just like R-rated movies, PG-13. And mind you, I'm like 5, 6, and I'm just grabbing them, watching them. I don't even know what's going on, but I think that's right there. I can remember where my love for acting and film and just the overall art of it came from before I even knew what it was. And this is actually my first play.
Oh.
But my love for acting has been throughout my whole life. The reason why I kind of regret not doing any acting in school and stuff like that. I chose, you know, to hang out in the streets and waste my life and hang out with people that don't matter and do things that would never matter, you know. And I would at the time I was suffering from a lot of depression and everything. A lot of things weren't working out because I wasn't living my purpose.
Yeah,
I wasn't doing what
exactly.
made me happy and made me
what
I was passionate about. And I never felt like I fit in with anyone, you know.
Do you feel that helped you kind of create this Dante character to help you act out this Dante character?
Well, Dante,
From what you went through, or is it a different feel? Like what are you pulling from?
Where I'm pulling from?
Yeah.
Oh man, jeez, a lot of emotional recall there, man. A lot of failed relationships, just still have animosity towards people in life that you just had a falling out with them, and people that bullied you and made you feel like you were worthless, stuff like that. I take all, I've moved on from that part of my life, and I forgave a lot of people, but stuff like that stays there. You know what I mean? It never goes anywhere. You just take it and you put it back in storage, and I'm just tapping into it, and I go into that, and then trying not to go too far into it, especially with a character like this. You know what I mean? And yeah, and it's so it's therapeutic for me. The fact that I can channel all that, and this character is my funnel, and I can channel all those stresses and all that. Those stuff that happened back in those days, and I can just channel it in such a positive way, and it's used as a funnel, and it's just, I think it's the most greatest thing that, for me, I think it is. That's why I love acting.
Yeah.
It just does something to me.
And opening up for the rest of the cast too, do you pull from, previous experience to help you get into character as well?
I would say that I definitely pull from previous experience when playing Asia. But I think also, like I said before, I'm someone who does identify as a survivor of abuse, so I can't pull fully from my own experience. That would be putting too much of my own self into Asia, and I have to keep some element of separation between the two in order for my own sanity. So I find myself, and a lot of times when I'm playing Asia, also playing from other survivors that I know, or other performances that I've seen that might have similar themes, because that is sort of a safer well to pull from a lot of times than it is pulling from personal experience. When you're playing a character where there's a lot of darkness or trauma wrapped up into their identity and into the journey that they're going on throughout the show, for me, I find it easier to pull a lot of that inspiration from outside sources.
And also, I met a lot of Damians in my life. Maybe not as crazy. Mine is more of an exaggerated form of a person like that. But honestly, it's a little. The reason why people say it's so intense and scary is because it hits close to home, because there's people actually out there that are like that, and they don't get exposed because the people that are getting abused, they don't do anything about it. They don't go out there and tell this person, hey, this person's a bad person, he's doing this to me. They're always protecting them for some reason, or whatever. They think they're in love, or they have a child with them, whatever it is. But it's a phenomenon, and it's really bad.
Yeah.
And it's
Now I know that we might get a little taste to see in your I guess little performance that you're gonna have coming up, right?
Yeah.
So do you want to set that up, because we're gonna go to a song, but do you want to set that up, and then so when we come back we can see a little bit?
I don't want to say much about what you're going to see, because I need you to see it. But I do want to say that it's important what you're going to see. Pay attention. It is an awareness to the things that I talk about in the production. It's a major scene. It's full of intensity. My cast did a good job, and they actually did a lot better job than I expected, so I appreciate them for that. But it's just a moment that is very real, very authentic to an experience that could happen to anyone. It's not discriminatory in any way, shape, or form, but watch what they do with this moment, and then figure out how you feel after, and then you should come get a ticket to my show.
Absolutely. So we're going to come back with the performance, but until then, we're going to play the theme song to Nobody's Perfect, and it's called Muddy Waters, performed by Normal Jean. So stick around, and we'll be back with the cast of Nobody's Perfect.
Heavy, come wash your sins on me. I'll be your river, I'll be your shelter. It's home inside my heat. Come on and let me take all your cares away. Let's go escape, baby, inside the fountain of all your dreams. But lately it's been feeling like you up by where you gotta pride your stride. And you don't wanna let your guard down for me. But it's alright, just hold on tight. It won't feel right enjoy the highs. Cause the lows are gonna come and go. Splish, splash, I was taking a bath, wondering back, thinking on the fact that you left and you changed on me. Cause you said you changed all your dreams. Just like that, I was taking a bath, thinking on the fact that you never had. And if you walk away, you better. And don't speak when you walk past me. Steady, steady, I'm saying what I mean. I'll be the river, I'll be your warm towel. Get out the bitter cold with me. I'll make it easy. Don't you worry about a thing. Just go ahead and let go. Don't look back and leave it all with me. Lately you've been acting like so bad, and we know your pride don't lie. We know your pride don't. But you act like you ain't flipped the script on me. It's alright, just hold on tight. You can't move on if you don't enjoy this high. Just like I got 'em. Cause down the road's another low. Splish, splash, I was taking a bath, wondering back, thinking on the fact that you left and you changed on me. Cause you said you changed all your dreams. Just like that, I was taking a bath, thinking on the fact that you never had. And if you walk away, you better. And don't speak when you walk past me. Don't speak when you walk past me. Yeah, and I mean that. No, I don't got no loose rap. You lose and you forfeit your turn. Trying to turn back, but I let the bridge burn. Cause you can't stomp with the big dogs. With your big draws, you just a piss poor. You ain't take the time to realize that you're and bigger, so you chancing. Now your chances getting slim. Now you stretching, trying to reach out to get to me by posing naked. Got your heart out on your vintage sleeves. You got your goodies for the world to see. You wouldn't like that when you with me. Get your situation tighter, acting dummy. I would've forgave you, but now your water's running money in. I've got to keep my waters clean. Splish, splash, I was taking a bath, wondering back, thinking on the fact that you left and you changed on me. Cause you said you changed all your dreams. Just like that, I was taking a bath, thinking on the fact that you never had. You now walk away, you better. And don't speak when you walk past me.
So you got me? I got you. Well, are you hungry? I got something for you.
Yeah, I can eat. Wait, no, really, I can eat though. Like.
Asia! Who's this gay girl?
Who you talking to, yo? Watch your mouth.
Mind your business.
Watch your mouth.
Asia,
I
asked you a question!
She's my friend, okay?
Oh, you sleeping with your friends now too,
Really?
huh? I knew you was doing
That's how
something
you
behind my
live?
back.
Give me that.
This is my place! That's my girl! What are you gonna do?
Listen, you lied, and I'm done. You know what you did, Asia. I'm so sorry, Damien.
Oh my God, you're about to be sorry! These girls, man.
I'm sick of I gotta go.
Yo. Hey, yo. Don't you hear me talking to you? What's up? What's up?
Yo, if you're gonna do something, you better go all the way.
I'ma do something? Do you know who you talking to, bruh? Do you really know who you talking to? Watch your mouth.
And we are back. You're watching Millennial High. I'm your host, Shashai. I have Queen Pin Productions, Sagacious in the house, as well as all the actors from Nobody's Perfect. And you just saw two powerful scenes. They were insane, so intense, so intense. So I'm opening up to the floor, okay? We are back. So how do you guys feel now after those scenes? How do you feel?
I feel
Just
like
come
this
see
explains exactly why I am like Danny. When you see the whole play, you'll understand why actual Raquel is like Danny. You're a fool.
Like even though like Damien's like a really bad guy, like but his character is really fun to play, man. Like you let out so much,
So much like aggression and
Oh my
anger.
God,
I feel like,
yeah,
man,
you
I
just-
wouldn't want to cross
You just
you.
get after I'm done performing a scene, you know, through Damien, like I feel like a brand new. I feel like I'm walking on a cloud. Like wow, man, that was great. It's like a body high, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like I love it. It's
Those two scenes just give you like the whole feel, like how the whole production goes. Like even you watching it, just a little bit of it, just a couple first minutes, you're like, oh, it's popping off already. So it's just like these two scenes just give you the feel of how like you really it's intense. You know, it was intense for us during rehearsal when we had to rehearse some of the scenes and be like, oh, we have to do that and we have to get to that level because it's hard, you know, getting to that level and getting out of that level of feelings that you have to bring to the table. And especially with the two scenes that we just played for you guys, it's really intense sometimes. So we just can't wait for you guys to actually see it and see the whole thing put together.
Now, Sagacious, how do you feel when you see like your writing come to life?
Like the way you feel when you see a newborn. Like you just want to nurture it, you want to love it, see all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's that
I get
it's
it.
that thing. It's just a whole bunch of that. But yeah, it's a really good feeling. It's still surreal. Sometimes I still have to pinch myself, but my cast has done a really good job to bring what I wrote to life, and I appreciate them so much for it.
Absolutely. Now, so what's next? I want to talk to everyone. What's next for Sagacious and Queen Pen Productions?
Sagacious is trying to travel with this show. So we are doing submissions. We will be hopefully going to some festivals across the country. I'm also working on a screenplay and building out my arts projects in the state of Delaware.
Okay, nice.
yeah.
Wait, do you have can you give us a little sample or a little just clue as to what the screenplay is going to be about?
The screenplay is called Redemption, and it has something to do with 7 deadly sins and being redeemed from those experiences.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm excited for that.
Yes.
You're out of control. Hi.
So after this project, currently I'm in the process of writing a web series that's loosely based on my own experience and that of my roommates. So of a couple of college-age queer women, queer Black women who live together and the shenanigans that they get into. And I'm also the production assistant for a TV pilot that a couple of friends of mine are working on writing and pitching.
That's exciting. That's exciting. And Kiara,
Oh, my turn. Okay.
what's next for you? What are you doing?
Honestly, to be honest, I'm really not sure. Right now, I am, I guess, trying to figure out my road to acting. So I'm in a little state of confusion, if I could call it that. I'm hoping, Queen Pen Productions, Run Boy Run Productions, don't mind working with you guys again. I do want to do acting full time as a lifetime career. So right now, just trying to figure out where I'm going next.
Yeah, that makes sense. That totally makes sense. I mean, not all the time. Like, we don't always have all the answers, right? But I kind of feel like that's kind of beautiful in a way because you can be anywhere. Oh, I can't wait to talk to you again in a year from now, right? And Raquel, what about you?
Oh, me. So after this play, kind of literally right after, I'm in another play called Sweet Cattle, which is from the 14th of March to the 17th or 18th of March. And then another one called Leaving Still Here, which is from the 22nd to the 23rd of March. And then I'm going to take a break, not leave acting because I love it and it is my passion, it's my baby. But I'm gonna take a break to work on personal projects as far as a shoe line and my poetry again. So you might be seeing me
Got you.
overnight.
I got you.
Next.
Well, right now I'm just preparing myself. I practice a couple monologues here and there to get ready for the auditions in Philadelphia for April, the big festival that they hold here. And honestly, hopefully I hear back from Queen Pen or Run Boy Run Productions to work with them eventually soon in the future. And if there's any producers out there or anybody who needs some help, I'm here to help, you know. I'm looking for a job in acting. It's my passion. I just don't see myself working a 9-to-5 job. When I'm working a 9-to-5 job, I feel like I'm on a hamster wheel.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Theater, it's just like, it's timeless. Like, I don't care how much time I spent in a black box. I don't care how much time I spend in theater. Like, I just love it.
Yeah.
Just being in that space, in that atmosphere, it just feels like home. You know what I mean?
So tell us now.
Well, what do I have planned after this? Well, I'm gonna take a break because I just got married in November.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I want to spend time with my wife. It's been so much has been going on, man. A lot of personal stuff too, but everything's been working itself out. So thank God, you know. So I'm gonna take a break for the rest of the year and get back into acting again the following year. You know, I just want to just live life, you know, just experience stuff, you know what I mean, and just work on my craft as well. And I'm also recording a hip hop album, rap album, singing.
Okay, look at you.
So I'm just gonna focus on that, release that at the end of the year, and then shoot some videos for it. You know, I'm gonna stay creative, you know, but you know, I'm gonna stay creative at home for now, and then do what I need to do and get back to it.
So anyone out there, you know, who's watching this, who's interested in acting or theater, what's one piece of advice you can give them? And then when you give it to them, also tell them where they can find you on social media.
I guess I'll start since everybody's looking at me right now. All right. So, no advice. Stay consistent with what you're trying to accomplish. Don't let anybody tell you can't, because you can, as long as you believe in yourself. Surround yourself with people who are like-minded. Surround yourself with people who have the same grind as you, and it will manifest itself. You can find me on social media at Queen Pen Pro on Instagram or Queen Pen on Facebook. Next.
I guess a piece of advice that I would give is to really listen to other people's stories, not even as they relate to art necessarily, but just listen and absorb as much as you can about the lives that other people live. I think that is so much of how we learn about the human condition and so much about how we learn about empathy, and I think that's so crucial to being able to perform any role genuinely and authentically and with heart. And honestly, the best way to reach me is by email, which is kaikornegay@gmail.com. I try to keep my socials mostly for my private self, but email is the best way to reach me.
Okay, wow. All right. Piggybacking off of what Sagacious said, the same thing also, I guess I would say, coming from my own experiences right now, don't be afraid to rework a plan. If you have a plan, don't be afraid to revisit it and say, you know what, okay, I need to refocus on that again, because sometimes you get blinders and forget. Also, anybody in a situation like mine, which is not really a situation, it's kind of a blessing, don't let having kids stop you from doing what you want to do.
Absolutely.
So that's what I'd say.
Don't let nothing stop you.
Yep. And you can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Kiara Tompkins. That's it.
Raquel.
Get out of your own way. I was in my way for a while. I had to get out of my own way. So here I am finally. That's basically the best advice I could get, because sometimes we're in our own way. Get out of your way, okay? That's all I can say. You can find me at Instagram, XOXO Sasha, Twitter, Raquel Sasha, Facebook, Raquel Sasha, email raquel.cologne@ymail.com or raquelsashacologne@gmail.com, whichever you prefer.
All right.
Well, for myself, I just want to let anybody out there know that it doesn't matter what size, shape, how you look, where you come from, how much money you have, how much less money the other person has. You can do what you want to do in life if you put your heart and soul into it. Mm-hmm. And don't stop dreaming, don't stop believing. Like, stay focused on what you want. Never let anybody tell you no. I have had so many people in my life tell me no. Here I stand today. So never let anybody tell you no, okay? And you can follow me on social media at K1NG.L, King.L on Instagram, or on Facebook at Louis Feliciano.
All
Alrighty.
eyes on you.
If you're gonna do this, go all the way. Don't, you know, because, and you're gonna get rejected a lot. A lot. You're gonna get more rejections than you are parts. The key there is to stay positive. If this is what you love to do, it's not gonna be work to you. But with something like this, a craft like this, you have to go all the way. You can't just, you know what I mean? Like, if not, you're just gonna be wasting your time and wasting everyone else's time, you know? And just, if they tell you to give 100%, give them 200%, man. Just get everything you got, you know, and be fearless. Be yourself. Don't care what anybody says about you or just do it, man. That's all I can say. Just when I'm up there, I'm just doing it. I don't think about anything. I'm just free. Be free.
Are you on social media?
Yes. Facebook, Nell Delamonte, and Instagram, Nell_Delamonte.
Okay, so be free, right? Be free and see Nobody's Perfect. February 6th
through 10th.
Through the 10th at
Plays and Players.
I like that. Written by Sagacious, produced by Queen Pen Productions and Run Boy Run Productions. Alan is not on screen, but he is here. So shout out to Alan. I know you guys have some cast members.
Yes.
Vince, shout out to Vince.
Terry.
Terry.
We have two understudies. We have Terry and Farah, and they're not here with us. And we also have one of my lead positions. He is under the weather right now, Vince. He also has an album coming out. He did some music for the soundtrack. Nice. Shout out to all of you guys. Thank you for being a part. I appreciate you all.
And you have an assistant director, right?
Yes, Epches.
Hey, shout out to Epches.
Yes.
So we're going to listen to a little Vince. We're going to close the show with Vince's song on Nobody's Perfect. And do we know the title of that song?
I don't off the top. It's a lot.
Well, you'll be surprised and you'll see it. So stick around and you're going to see the video that Alan put together for the song by Vince.
Hashtag Vince the actor.
Vince the actor. Hashtag that. Yes.
So until next time, stay lit, love inspired, and true. Bye.
It's about love on another level. I wanna be one with you. I wanna be one with you. I wanna be one with you. One with you, babe. I wanna be one with you. One with you, baby. Your heart to my heart, my skin to your skin. My love is your love, and my soul knows your soul, yeah. It's about more than a physical thing. It's about more than emotional. It's about more than making you scream, yeah. It's about pleasures unmeasured, baby. I wanna be one with you. I wanna be one with you. Yeah. I wanna be one with you. One with you, baby. I wanna be one with you. One with you, babe. I wanna be one with you, babe.
So it's a girls' night out. You know, 3 ladies hanging out. They're all connected. They all have a friendship going on, and it's a celebratory experience. My main character, it's her birthday. Everybody forgot her birthday, so they last minute this little situation. But there's a surprise to Asia, my main character. She's not expecting Danny, but Danny's gonna be there.
Okay.
So we're gonna hear how she responds to it. We're gonna see what goes on and the conversation that unfolds on girls' night out.
Okay. And here we.
Hey, cuz, your boy's slipping. I'm mad he forgot your birthday again.
You, man, I'm sick of his mess. Every time I turn around, we arguing.
Well, we're here to celebrate you, so forget him. But I got a surprise for you, though.
Ooh, what you get me?
Nothing. This dinner's on me, remember?
Right, I keep forgetting how cheap you are. So what's the surprise?
Somebody's joining us.
Chris, who did you invite? Look, I'm really not...
Will you relax? I invited Danny.
Danny? Why don't you tell me? I'm not dressed for that.
Yo, chill. From what she told me, she's already interested. So I'm sure you look fine.
Darn, Crystal, you could have told me.
I wanted to surprise you. She just texted me. She's on her way.
You know what? I'll be right back.
Right. Perfect time for you to use the bathroom. Women.
What's up, fam?
What's good with you?
Nothing much. You know, I'm just trying to relax after to have these last few weeks off.
I understand. So, how was that Dubai vacation?
Oh, it was gorgeous. You gotta get there sometime.
So, when we leaving? Cause your bread is heavier than mine. You feel me?
So, wait, hold up. That's your way of saying that your trip is on me?
You know what? That's why you my ace.
Whatever, yo. You always been cheap, though. Remember that time we was playing Central and you left your bread at home and you just kept begging me through the entire game to buy you some food after?
Yeah, because you knew if you didn't, I was going to kick your butt.
Right. You always
Right, so, which is why this shouldn't even come as a surprise to you anymore.
I guess. But where your cousin at, though?
Man, she hiding in the bathroom. She wasn't feeling my surprise, but she be alright.
Bro, why didn't you tell her? Like, you know how women are about these things?
Man, forget all that. It's not like she don't know you.
Oh, God, you corny dog. What you sipping on?
I was waiting on you so we could start a shot for Asia's birthday. Oh, speak of the devil.
Hello, Asia.
Alright, so now that the gang's all here, let's get some shots.
Happy birthday, Asia.
Thank you. I wish I knew you were coming.
OMG! Well, guess what? She's here. Matter of fact, Danny, how my cousin looking tonight?
Beautiful as usual.
See? Straight from the horse's mouth.
Well, thank you, Danny. And Crystal, hush. You know what I mean. You know me. You should have known better.
Yeah. It ain't my fault you crushing.
Really, dude? You drawn.
All I'm saying is y'all like each other. And we all grown, so stop fronting.
Don't pay her no mind, Danny. She's always like this.
Oh, I know. I just thought maybe for once she could act civilized.
Are you guys ready to order?
Yes, we're ready. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Whoa, what if I'm not?
Oh, come on.
Can I have the chicken parm, please?
I'll have the shrimp and scampi. Shrimp scampi.
Yo, steak and lobster, man.
Okay.
I guess I'm just good for the bill, huh?
Oh, what? You paying? Is it payday?
Oh, you got jokes. Yes. I'm treating Cuz for her birthday.
Oh, how loving of you.
Man, forget you and your jokes.
Y'all are a mess, but you know what? I needed this laugh.
Yeah, I'm sorry he missed your birthday.
For the second time. I'm just saying, you know, birthdays come what? Once or twice?
Well, darn. Somebody's got a big mouth.
Listen, Danny is bestie. I know she cares about you. I just thought she should know.
Well, if there's anything I can do, just let me know, Asia.
I know, and I appreciate both of y'all. I just, I need to figure out a plan, that's all.
Well, you know, I always got your back.
Excuse me, waiter. Can I have a glass of red wine, please?
Sure. Is there anything else I can get you?
Yes, I have a Shirley Temple, please.
Okay, you sure can.
I'm good, thanks. I'm starving. Y'all, let's eat.
Yo, what you doing, fam? You not gonna bless your food first?
Well, look at you, Danny. Are you saved?
Yes, I was raised Baptist.
Oh, really? I grew up Pentecostal.
About this grace, though.
All right, hold hands, bow your heads. Dear Lord, thank you for bringing us here today for Asia's birthday. Please let her have a wonderful birthday. And thank you so much for making Crystal's pockets fat tonight for this bill.
For real? For real.
I'm glad I decided to come because I darn sure didn't feel like cooking tonight.
Yeah, I'm glad too. You know, you're good company. And you cook too?
Absolutely. I have a diet per my trainer, and it's healthier that way.
I love fast food, and guess what? It keep me on the toilet.
Oh, God.
Oh, gosh. It's a shame how Damien treats you, though. I mean, you really deserve better.
Before y'all get the boo loving, are we getting dessert?
You are such a jerk sometimes. But no thanks, I'm actually quite full.
Wait, hold up. So, y'all calling it a night already? I mean, I thought we could just chill at the bar and have some more drinks or something.
Actually, I gotta go to work tomorrow, so I need to be heading to the crib to take a nap.
Well, Danny, I'm down to stay a little while.
Oh, cool.
Oh, y'all irking me. I'm gonna go close out the check later.
Bye, Chris.
Bye.
I don't want to talk. Let's see. Run Boy Run Productions is actually very busy. We've got, again, this going up in 2 weeks with Nobody's Perfect. And right behind that, we're going to get started with the casting for Complexion Woman. We'll be having that one directed by 4 women of color. And it's a series of shorts. We're also working on Boomerang, which is a performance arts piece, and Exhibit P, which is an art exhibit piece / artists that are performing as well. So we'll be casting for that. We already have the 4 photographers for that. We're also working on, how could I forget this? Seeing Things in Black and White, which will be our first actual book.
Nice.
We're working that out.
Okay.
That's looking at October. Again, we also have Coffee and Conversation. So let me hold that for 1 second to say artists, entertainers, no matter what, of the Philadelphia and surrounding area. Take the time to go on your Instagram to Coffee and Conversation to a show that's all about, just like this, making sure you are seen and heard. It is very imperative and important that artists of this area get seen and heard.
Yes. Exactly.
Yes. And with these venues and with these channels that are out here, do what you must to better your career. Unless your idea of a career is just sitting in the back and waiting for it.
Thank you so much for watching. And I just want to say something. I don't know if you realize, but we actually shot this in studio, a huge studio. And I know it's a little different from what you're used to because normally I'm in the radio studio and we have headsets on, there's mics everywhere. But let me know what you like better. Do you like the in studio or do you like the radio studio better? These are still my guests on my radio show, so you still got to tune into that every Sunday, 12 to 1 on 106.5 FM. This episode is airing on either Comcast Channel 66 or Verizon 29, so whichever you have tuned in right now. And I want to thank Sagacious for being on the show, the entire cast of Nobody's Perfect. Also, thank you to Ellen, Run Boy Run Productions, because you made this happen. And I definitely want to shout out producer extraordinaire, Marcus Siler, Theater and Me Productions. So until next time, stay lit, love inspired, and true. And watch this Millennial High live show every Tuesday on the channel you're tuned in right now from 1 to 2. And then I'll sing for you, possibly. Bye. Woo.
And 12 noon on Sundays for Millennial High on 106.5 FM WPPM People Power Media with Tia Whitfield, the #1 show in Philadelphia that wants to give you the best in artists, entertainment, education, health, fitness, and philanthropy. Millennial High is not just a show. It is here to inspire and provoke others to take action towards their purpose in life. So if you have an uplifting, thought-provoking message, get with us at Millennial High. That is millennialhigh@gmail.com.
Millennial High. Tia from Millennial High.
With the one and only Miss Tia Whitfield.